बालक के स्वभाव होता है क्या? सर्वत्र राज्य आप लोगों ने
So this is Harikatha from Dhruva-tila. Today morning time in Mathura, Madhuvan, Brajamandal.
गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकावि तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्त तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। श्री गुरु वैष्णव के अनुगत्य
Under the guidance of Guru and Vaishnava.
84 करोड़
So we are doing the Brajamandala Parikrama of 84 Kosh. This place where we've come is the place of austerity of Dhruva Maharaj.
आप लोगों ने
You have heard how in the previous time, in the ancient time, there was a king called Uttanpad. He had two wives. One was Suniti and another Suruchi.
सुनीति के पुत्र हुए ध्रुव
The son of Suniti was Dhruva. The son of Suruchi was Uttam.
एक समय उत्थानपाद
So once Uttanpad Maharaj, the king, after winning like all the directions, like after being victorious in all directions, then he
राज्य में प्रवेश करने
came back to his kingdom, and
के अभिवादन करने के लिए
Suruchi came to welcome him.
अनेक कहने पर सुनीति भी आई नहीं,
And also,
क्योंकि
but Suruchi told Suniti not to come
उत्थानपाद
because actually this king Uttanpad,
सुरुचि के प्रति अत्यंत जो है प्रेम प्रति
he had so much love and affection for Suruchi.
उत्थानपाद महाराज सर्वत्र राज्य आदि विजय करने के पश्चात जब अपने राज्य में प्रवेश करने लगे तब उनके अभिवादन करने के लिए सुरुचि आई। अनेक कहने पर सुनीति भी आई नहीं, क्योंकि राजा उत्थानपाद
So the king Uttanpad,
सुरुचि के प्रति अत्यंत
he had so much love and affection for Suruchi, his wife.
और इसके पश्चात
And then after that,
उत्थानपाद
Uttanpad, he sat on his throne
छोटा बालक
like of a king, no? And his young son,
के स्वभाव होता है क्या?
young child Dhruva, the nature of the kids, they don't have discrimination,
और स्वाभाविक रूप में
and they like spontaneously,
पितामाता के गोद में
the children, the child, the kids, they have eagerness to sit on the lap of their parents. This is natural for the kids.
इसलिए ध्रुव ने क्या की?
So Dhruva,
5 साल के बालक
small baby, like 5-year-old boy actually.
गोद में
So he came to
बैठने
sit.
के लिए जब प्रयास
He tried to sit on the lap of his father.
उस समय
But at that moment, his stepmother, Suruchi, what did she do?
उनको हाथ पकड़ करके
She took him by the hand and like pulled him down, like putting him down. And then she raised her finger to his face and chastising him. Oh, you want to sit on the lap of your father? Do you know?
ये पिताजी के गोद है एकमात्र मेरे
The lap of your father is only my son Uttan can sit on the lap of your father.
और उनके कहा तुम जी पिताजी के गोद पर बैठना चाहते हो
And if you want to sit on the lap of your father, then okay, you must be born from my womb.
जन्म लेने के लिए तुम्हें भी
Then, if you're born from, but to be born from my womb, you need to do hard austerities. Especially, you have to worship Narayana, and as a fruit of that,
कोख में गर्भ में जन्म
you then can take birth on my womb.
इतनी कथा सुन करके बहुत दुखित
So this small boy listened to this, and he was so upset. And then he went to his room, closed the door,
रोने
and he was like crying and crying.
रात उनकी माँ
Like-
ध्रुव कहाँ गए?
Like he was like moving his head like this and crying so much.
सुनीति ने
And then his mother was looking for him. Where is my son?
दरवाजा खटखटाया
Then Suniti, his mother, came and knocked on his door. Oh, my son.
ध्रुव ध्रुव उत्तर नहीं
Dhruva, but Dhruva did not answer anything.
दिया। बार दरवाजा खटखटाने पर
So she was knocking on his door, but
ध्रुव ने दरवाजा
then finally
दरवाजा खोला
Dhruva opens the door, and
रो रही
He was crying. Son, why are you crying? The mother asked. Tell me the reason. Then Dhruva, crying, told her everything that happened. How his stepmother, Suruchi, with so much harsh words, she had taken him by the hands and pulled him down from the from the lap of his father. And also he told, Dhruva told his mother that his stepmother told that if he wanted to sit on the lap of his father, then he would have to be born from the womb of Suruchi, his stepmother, and that he was not qualified to sit on the lap of his father. But to be born from her womb, from Suruchi's womb, he would have to worship Narayana and do austerities. Sorry, so listening to this, Suniti told, oh my son, what is the problem? This is good. Because actually we are born as human beings for only one reason, to do Bhagavat Bhajan. Today, tomorrow, one day we have to give up our body. But if we didn't do a bhajan of Lord, everything is useless. Oh my son, to do bhajan, this is the duty of every human being. So saying this, then Dhruva was a bit pacified. But see, when everybody was sleeping nighttime, Dhruva did not talk to anyone, and then he opens the door and he went away to worship Bhagavan Sri Hari. He did not know, Dhruva did not know how to worship God, what to do to worship Him. So he went away like searching for God, Dhruva. Look, so we are searching for God, but Shastra explains that actually you may have the same knowledge as like Brahma and Shiva, like you may have so much knowledge like them, but if you haven't taken shelter of lotus feet of Guru, then you will not be able to attain to God. So this is the special teaching. So Swami Bhagavan told, oh, Dhruva has such a simple nature. He's come to look for me. God was thinking, but he did not take shelter of any guru, so but he did not accept guru, like he doesn't have any guru. So Swami Bhagavan himself inspired the heart of Narada Rishi, and Narada Rishi came to the banks of the Jamuna, and then Narada met Dhruva. So when we were doing the Mathura Parikrama, you have seen the Dhruva Maharaj Tila, that mountain, small mountain, hill, where Narada met Dhruva. First, Narada tried to cheat Dhruva, like telling him opposite, like saying, oh, where are you going? I'm going to look for God, said Dhruva. Then Narada told, but nobody can do bhajan in such a young age, come on. It's not the age to do bhajan now. Now you should just play, just go play. You have to study now. Then you get married, have babies, take care of them. Then when you become old, then you do Hari Bhajan. Nowadays people say like this. So until nowadays people say this thing what Narada said. A small boy, he'll be able to do bhajan, a small kid. Come on, when he'll be old, he can do bhajan. Then when he'll be old, he can do bhajan. When he'll be old, like when he'll be of no use, because old person, then he can do bhajan. People say like this. People say, oh Maharaj, take care of my son. But which son people give to the sadhus? Your son, which for example has some problem in listening, like for example some problem in his ear, some physical problem, like he cannot listen properly or like that, so like some defects in his body, then this son you want to give to the sadhus. That son who cannot work, like who cannot do, he's not working, like he's not functioning properly, so that son you want the Maharaj to keep in the temple. But if you have another son which is like working so much and like very active person, he is like a son that earns a lot of money. I don't know, stay with me. So we listen to the Katha of Dhruva, story of Dhruva. So Dhruva heard how
वो भी कम नहीं है.
Narada was telling him, "Oh, you're so young to attain to God like this." But Dhruva is also nothing less. Like Dhruva is also very clever. So he said,
ध्रुव करने लगे, अच्छा वो बताओ भजन की
"Tell
समय
me,
क्या है? वृद्ध काल में थोड़ी भजन होता है.
eh, what is the time? Like, what is the proper time to do bhajan? You know, because actually in the old time, like old age, in the old age, we cannot do bhajan.
जो बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति जो
Those who
है,
are intelligent
बुद्धिमान
person,
काल में अल्प वयस्क में भजन
they do bhajan from the early age, like from when they're young.
है. वृद्ध काल में वास्तव भजन नहीं होता है.
Because you actually cannot do bhajan when you are old.
वास्तव में सत्य है.
This is true.
वृद्ध काल में एक श्लोक भी याद नहीं आएगा.
You cannot remember any shloka in your old age.
याद नहीं कर पाओगे.
You cannot
वृद्ध
remember.
काल में मंत्र उधर में भटकते रहते हैं. बालक
When you're old age, when you chant your mantra, you're like wandering, like you cannot concentrate. Basically, he's saying.
तावत क्रीड़ा सकता, तरुण तावत तरुण नहीं रखता. वृद्ध तावत वृद्ध तावत
Like this shloka of just brackets, shloka of Shankaracharya explains. Oh yeah, Gurudev also said. Yeah, Shankaracharya explains. Oh foolish person,
गोविंद का भजन कर.
do bhajan of Govindo.
अरे बालक तावत क्रीड़ा सकता, तरुण तावत
Tarun
तरुण.
Rat.
बालक छोटे-छोटे
Because you know,
खेल-कूद करते.
the kids, like children, but like basically like kids, yeah, kids. So what they are doing, they are always playing, isn't it?
तरुण तब जुबन काल आ जाता है.
Those who are young, like a young age, like teenager and young, what they are doing?
वो जुबन के पीछे-पीछे दौड़ता रहता
They are running behind the opposite sex.
है. और वृद्ध काल आ जाता
And in
है.
the old age, what you're doing,
अनेक प्रकार चिंता लग जाता है. जिससे उनके शरीर की
in your old age, you're thinking about your body because you feel so much.
चिंता होता है. खुजली हो गई ना, तो खुजला
For example, you feel some. Anyway, your mind will be absorbed in your body. Like, for example, if you feel some. If you feel some, for example, itching, then you'll be itching and thinking about that itching only.
लड्डू जिलेबी खाने में जितने आनंद नहीं है, खुजली खुजलाने में.
So
ये
the
थोड़ी बात में जब
so Gurudev is saying maybe you don't feel maybe you don't feel so much bliss like eating a laddu, a sweet, but you feel even more delightfulness, or like you like even more to itch something which is itching, like some parts of your body which is itching.
होता है, खून पीप निकलता है, फिर कष्ट है. आइए कथा में वास्तव रूप में जो है वृद्ध काल में भजन नहीं.
So you itch, for example, you are itching part, but then that pus is coming, blood is coming, then you don't like because you feel pain, isn't it? So
कोई कहते हैं वृद्ध काल में भजन थोड़ी होता
some people say you can do bhajan in the old age, but it's not possible actually.
है. कि थोड़ी बात में जब उससे जब चलन होता है, खून पीप निकलता है, फिर कष्ट है. आइए कथा में तावत क्रीड़ा सकता, तरुण तावत तरुण रखता. बालक छोटे-छोटे बालक से खेल-कूद करते हैं. तरुण तब यौवन काल आ जाता है, वो युवती के पीछे-पीछे दौड़ता रहता है. और वृद्ध काल आ जाता है. अरे देखो अनेक प्रकार चिंता लग जाता है, जिससे उनके शरीर की चिंता होता है. खुजली हो गई ना, तो खुजलाते. लड्डू जिलेबी खाने में जितने आनंद नहीं है, खुजली खुजलाने में कि थोड़ी बात में जब उससे जब चलन होता है, खून पीप निकलता है, फिर कष्ट होता है. आइए कथा में वास्तव रूप में जो है वृद्ध काल में भजन नहीं होता है.
So actually you cannot do bhajan in the old age.
वृद्ध काल में भजन थोड़ी होता है. उससे दिखावटी माला ले लेता है.
You take your japamala and you start chanting Hare Krishna, but so many worries come to your mind.
ये शंकराचार्य कहा रहे.
So Shankaracharya said. So in this way,
वृद्ध काल में भजन नहीं होता.
Dhruva Maharaj said, you cannot do bhajan in my old age, only in the young age,
इसी
like when
प्रकार
we're young.
महाराज देखो नारद जी की भी युक्ति आदि के द्वारा
So Narada was defeated by the logic of Dhruva, like the arguments of Dhruva then.
ऐसे सुंदर बता. नारद जी प्रसन्न हुए.
So Narada became pleased,
युद्ध में यदि शिष्य गुरु के यदि परास्त कर दे,
So
प्रसन्न हो, गुरु प्रसन्न हो.
So if in a fight, like in a war, suppose, if the disciple defeats the guru becomes very pleased.
बहुत अच्छा है.
Very nice. Just like, for example, Baladeva Prabhu and Duryodhana. They were fighting Gada, like a mace war. You know, mace, that mace, you know, the mace, Gada, that Vishnu carries, that weapon. Yeah, so Baladeva and Duryodhana, they were fighting mace duel, like a duel, like a fight. And
और दुर्योधन के उत्साह देते थे, हाँ चलो चलो चलो। जैसे बलदेव प्रभु और दुर्योधन गदा युद्ध करने लगे, बलदेव प्रभु संग जानबूझ करके हार जाते थे और दुर्योधन के उत्साह देते थे, हाँ चलो चलो चलो।
So Baladeva Prabhu, he was knowingly like allowing Duryodhana to defeat him in the fight, and then Baladeva was giving so much enthusiasm, like inspiring Duryodhana. Yes, fight more, hit me more, like this.
वास्तव गुरु तो पराजित नहीं होते, तथापि शिष्य के जो है उत्साह देने के लिए.
Actually, the disciple cannot defeat the guru, but just to give this utsaha, this enthusiasm, this inspiration, this, how do you say, motivation, you know, to the disciple, then the guru, he like loses quotation mark, like this. Does like this. So, yeah, so Narada was so pleased listening to what Dhruva was saying. Okay, Dhruva, go take a bath in the Jamuna and come back here after taking a bath. Then Narada gave him a mantra. Which mantra? So chant this mantra and then all your desires will be fulfilled. But some Vaishnavas say, but this story is not in the Bhagavatam, that Dhruva Maharaj asked to Narada, Bhagavan, when you give me darshan, and then this sound came from Narada's mouth. After 6 months, God will give you darshan. So having faith in his guru, Dhruva stayed here in Madhuvan, in this Dhruva-tila. This hill here is the place of austerity of Dhruva, exactly here where we are. Here is the Tapasya place of austerity of Dhruva Maharaj. So he sat here. And how he did hard austerities in the 6 months. First he was only eating fruits. Another month he only eating leaves. In the next month he even stopped also eating leaves and he only was drinking water. In the 4th month he also stopped drinking water and was only taking air. And in the 6th month he was only taking like breathing sometimes. No, sorry, I think I skipped one. Let me come back. Okay, so he did, again I will repeat, how he did the hard austerities in the 6 months. In 1st month, only eating little bit fruits. 2nd month only leaves. 3rd month, only drinking water. 4th month, only taking air, like breathing. 5th month, breathing sometimes. Yeah, 5th month, breathing sometimes. Like taking a breath, like breathing air sometimes, but in the 6th month, he completely stopped breathing, and all the earth completely, the plant, the earth started trembling, like shaking. And how became the body of Dhruva? Just like so thin and lean and thin completely. Like a thorn, very thin. And he was, raising his arms and standing up, chanting. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So in this moment, Narada Rishi was thinking, where is my disciple? So where is my disciple? So Narada was searching for him, and Narada came here, and saw that his disciple was just like a dry wood, so lean and thin. Narada saw this condition of Dhruva, and Narada's heart melted. So Narada came and told to Bhagavan, why haven't you yet given darshan to my disciple? Then God said, Narada, what is my fault? You told him that after 6 months, then God would give him darshan. I was already ready to give darshan at that time, Lord told. But you said after 6 months in your Mahabhagavat. So whatever Mahabhagavata says, so to fulfill your words, I'm waiting for 6 months. Okay, sorry. He said one thing in the middle here. Look.
मैं तो उसी समय दर्शन देने के लिए तैयार था, तुम जैसे महाभागवत ओंकार में श्रवण करते सब कुछ हो जाता है, किंतु तथापि तुम्हारे वचन की रक्षा करने के लिए मैं 6 महीने तक प्रतीक्षा करूं.
So Vishnu told here to Narada, I'm waiting 6 months because you told that after 6 months I would give darshan. So just to fulfill your words, I'm waiting. But actually I was already ready. I was ready to give at that time the darshan to Dhruva. Why? Then God, Vishnu is saying to Narada, because actually Dhruva heard from your lotus mouth, mantra, everything, like he heard from your lotus mouth, so already everything is attained only with that, so I could give darshan at that moment, but just because you told 6 months, then I'm waiting. So Bhagavan appeared here with his Shankha Chakra Gada Padma 4 arms and gave darshan to Dhruva. So Dhruva opened his eyes, then he saw God and did prayers to him. So Bhagavan Vishnu told, ask for some blessing. Then Dhruva, what did he say? Oh Prabhu, I was searching for broken glasses, like a piece of glass, and now I got your lotus feet, which is the most rare and valuable thing. I don't want any benediction, no Prabhu. Don't push me to ask for any benediction. But then Bhagavan told, no Dhruva, I want to give a blessing. Otherwise people say, oh, this small boy, he did hard austerities, and Bhagavan didn't give anything to him in return. So Bhagavan told, so for 36,000 years you'll have a kingdom and you'll rule peacefully, and then after that I'll arrange a divine place for you called Dhruva-lok. So like there is Dhruva Maharaj, he had darshan of God, got this blessing, then he came back to his kingdom, and then at that moment his stepmother Suruchi and Uttam, they had given up their body already because of some Gandharva. So without any problem, for 36,000 years Dhruva Maharaj, he rules the kingdom. This material world is called Mara Jagat, means place of death. Everybody dies here. Those who are born in this world, their death is certain. Like Swargalok is called Amarlok, means like place of immortality, but this world is called Mrityulok, means you have to die here, you have to give up your body here. This is your 5-element body, body made of 5 elements, you must give it up. So in this time, Amritu Devata came to Dhruva Maharaj and told, like that deity, presiding deity of death, came to Dhruva and told, hey Dhruva, come with me. Dhruva Maharaj said, okay, this is true. Let me just finish the chanting of my mantra, and when I finish that, I will go with you. So just sit down here. Sorry, Dhruva said like this. He didn't say I'll go with you. He just said, just wait for a moment. I'll finish chanting my mantra, and please sit down here and wait. Dhruva told to presiding deity of death. But something amazing happened. Death was waiting, sitting. And after Dhruva finished his mantra, he stepped on the head of the Mrityu, the deity of death, and he went to Dhruva-lok. Jai Dhruva Maharaj ki jai. So, chanting holy names and mantra, you can even conquer death. So Shastra describes the glories of Bhagavat Bhajan. So, but Dhruva is called Sakama Bhakta because he had some material desire to worship God. But the speciality of the Lord, if you do bhajan of Lord, even if you have material desire, Bhagavan, He'll fulfill all your material desires, like all your desires. So if you do Bhagavad Bhajan with some desire, all your... No, now he said that actually all your desires will be destroyed. So if you do bhajan of God with desires, by having the darshan of God, all the desires, they are automatically destroyed and Bhagavad Prema arises. And so we came to Dhruva Maharaj here, that may Dhruva ji be merciful to us, that all this lust and anger we have in our hearts, he may destroy that, and that we can have the darshan of Lord, of the lotus feet of Lord, and in the end that we can attain our cherished desire, our cherished goal. Vanchakalpa.
खोल करताल उठाओ, चलो अब तालबन में जाके नरसिंह महाराज सफरी कथा बोलेंगे. खोल करताल उठाओ.
Okay, so this was Dhruva-tila, now Kumudavana.
Close by is Giriraj Govardhan. Bring some white stone from Giriraj and I will shower on him. Curse this Brahman boy. You look like a body. Run away. So many pastimes took place here. Now one will speak something here. Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Bhaktaya. दुर्गा कब है? 6 तारीख को. तो मिशन में परशुराम जाते हैं.
So we, under the guidance of Guru Vaishnavas, so we're doing the Vrajamandala Parikrama. The place we've come is Kumudavana. So where we are here sitting now, it's a temple of Srila Tirtha Maharaj. Let me come back the name again. Yeah, I think so. So this place was established by Nitya Pravistam Vishnupada Tattara Shastri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Srila Bhakti. I understood Bhakti Vedanta, I think so. Srila Bhakti Vedanta Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. But maybe I'm mistaken. You can also listen and interpret and give your interpretation of the name, Gurudev said. I put again, and you can listen carefully.
यहाँ पर हम जहाँ पर हम लोग बैठे हुए हैं ये तो तुरंत भारत के बाद निकल जा रहे हैं इसके बाद आज तो दरअसल तो मतलब कृष्ण कृष्ण की यह मठ है.
So this is his temple. So he did this service here, and nearby we did Achaman in the Kunda, that lake, the pond, and Shmataratka and the gopis. They did so many pastimes here. So you've seen the Kapila Deva Ashram. Let me come back again. I understood Kapil Deva Ashram, but maybe another name. You can also listen what Gurudev said. The name I couldn't understand. Some ashram nearby.
किंतु यहाँ पर एक कपिलदेव की आश्रम आपने देखा इसलिए लेकिन लोग गंगा सागर करते हैं विशेष करके कुछ लोग गंगा सागर के समय गंगा स्नान के समय यहाँ पर लोग करके आते हैं.
So in the time of Ganga Snan, taking bath in the Ganges, people, Vrajvas come here, they think here is something about Ganga Sagar, like where the Ganges meet the ocean, something like that. I couldn't understand exactly what he said about it. But whatever, I know the Vrajavas, they have so many stories, but... So also here's the place of Vallabhacharya you've seen.
वास्तव में यह पर की जो कुमुद की कथा की कथा यहाँ पर सुंदर सुंदर पुष्प आदि और महाप्रभु मानते हैं.
So he's saying Vallabhacharya also, accepts Mahaprabhu like this. But what is the katha of here, Kumudvan? There are beautiful flowers here. At that time, the gopis, they came here to pick flowers. They used to come here to pick flowers and make garlands. And then the gopis, they used to take those flowers and decorate their hair with these flowers. And sometimes Krishna used to come here and meet the Sakis with the pretext or like the excuse of being herding the cows. So there are many stories. I'm not like speaking so much, but here, this place, gopis and Krishna, so many pastimes they did. So Krishna also used to take bath, like he used to bathe here with his friends. And gopis with their friends, they were bathing in another place nearby. Like same river, different ghats, like different, places in the bank of the river where you go to bathe. So Krishna was bathing in one ghat and gopis in another ghat. Then Krishna used to dive under the water, and then Krishna is very clever. Krishna under the water, he would come like swimming and touch the feet of Shrimati Radhika.
श्रीमती राधिका समझ जाती थी वो कृष्ण
So Srimati Radhika, feeling the touch of Krishna's lotus hands,
के हृदय में एक कारण के भांति
Srimati Radhika felt in her heart
अनुभव होता था
one anubhav, like one feeling in her body, just like a current.
तो श्रीमती राधा समझ जाती थी
So Srimati Radhika understood, she realized
तो उसी प्रकार जो राधा जी शिला जी सभी आप
who was touching her feet and like pulling her like under the water like this. So she started screaming. So Lalita Vishaka also, they came and they dove under the water, right? And then so many leelas took place. So sometimes Krishna and Sakis, they are doing this pastime, like, oh, for how long can you hold your breath and like diving under the water, like being under the water? Then, but Krishna is so clever. The gopis are simple, but Krishna is clever. Like, so gopis and Krishna both, they dove under the water at the same time, to make this like a competition to see who can hold their breath for longer under the water. So they both dove at the same time, like Krishna and gopis. But later on, when they were like checking how much they could stay without breath. So Krishna again, he came out of the water and he took he breathed one more time, taking one more breath, catching his breath again and again diving. So Krishna was So Krishna was all the time catching breath again and again. So like this he was able to win, and he was telling the gopis, I won, but actually he was cheating, to win. So many jokes and playful pastimes and like these kinds of things happen here. So they have so many games, games. Maharaj told about Kumudini. So there is one kind of lotus, aquatic lotus, like a lotus which is in the water, like from the water. But it's a lotus that's only nighttime coming, and it is Krishna Varna color, like blackish color, this color of Krishna's body. Actually, it's bluish color, blue color. In Bengal, we see a lot of these flowers. So there are two kinds. One is white, and another one is blue. This kind of lotus flower. So what is the speciality? So there is one which is blossoming daytime, another evening time, nighttime. So when the gopis, they see this Krishna Varna, like this bluish lotus flower, gopis feel in their hearts udipan, like a stimulation. And when Krishna sees the white lotus, then Krishna feels so much this stimulation in his heart. Bhagavatam explains. So Kumud, this name of this flower. So the leelas of Krishna and gopis here. So many lila vilas, pastimes. So nearby is also Talvan. You heard about the story of Talvan? Krishna also came here by and he used to graze the cows here.
ये बलदेव प्रभु की बलदेव प्रभु के सखाओं के साथ वहाँ पर आकर के कोई अकेला जो है इस स्थान पर आकर के
Then Krishna used to keep Baladev and his friends somewhere, and he used to come alone also
राधा आदि गोपियों के साथ
to meet Radha and Gopis.
आज प्रेम विहार होता है।
Many amorous pastimes. So sometimes Krishna playing the flutes and doing so many pastimes. So this Braj is like an incomparable place, incomparable, like unprecedented, same precedent. So this place is so beautiful. So Srila Bhakta Balabhatirtha Goswami Maharaj. No, sorry. Bhakti Balabhatirtha Goswami Maharaj. Okay, now it's clear. Now it's clear who did this temple, not Srila Bhakti Vedanta Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Balabhatirtha Goswami Maharaj. Okay, everybody understood? So we come, now Gurudev is saying then that they come, he said we came here already before with Gurudev. So he did this temple with his lotus feet. So many places, many times we already came.
Unprecedented.
Okay, unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Vraja is like this, unprecedented, unparalleled, unequaled. So this temple was done by Srila Bhakta Balabhatirtha Goswami Maharaj, and then I think his disciples did. He said his Shishya. Yeah. So sorry. So this temple was made by the disciples of Srila Bhakti Balabhatirtha Goswami Maharaj. So I think 2 or 3 times we already came here before with Srila Gurudev, and other times also, like we came here sometimes already. We've come a few times already. Especially from ISKCON, Giriraj Maharaj, Tamal Maharaj. Also, we came here with them, with Gurudev also. Gurudev also spoke Harikatha at that time. This is a beautiful, divine place. So this is a place of Uddipana, stimulation for the Gauriya Vaishnavas. So why do we come here? To remember these Leelas.
एक बात याद दिला दिया, धन्यवाद है। हम लोग जब नवद्वीप परिक्रमा जाते हैं, नवद्वीप परिक्रमा में जो समुद्र के भीमसेन और समुद्र के सेन के बीच में लड़ाई है।
So Madhidi remind us of something very nice. When we go to Navadvipa, we go to Samudragar, and that like fight, not like debate going on about Bhimsen and Samudrasen. So Uddhava showed to Samudrasen about the Lila of Kumudvan. No, Udar, not Uddhava, sorry. So Krishna showed to Samudrasen these Leelas of Kumudvan. There. Okay? So you have come from far away. Give some donation here. Take care. take rest. Day after tomorrow, also there is parikrama
बस यात्रा के संबंध में
by bus.
हाँ तो
Durvasa is what, 4th?
तारीख है परसों बस यात्रा है
The day after tomorrow there is a bus journey.
बस यात्रा में हमारे राम का हमारे
First, Ramgat. Vijay Prabhu will announce.
हम लोग दुर्वासा ऋषि आश्रम जाएंगे
So on the 6th we'll go to Durvasa Rishi.
बस के बारे में बताओ
Tell about the bus.
बस के बारे में डे आफ्टर टुमारो
Day after tomorrow.
हरे कृष्णा कहाँ जाएंगे
Where will you go?
जाएंगे तो बनवाई करेंगे वो जानता ही नहीं
Vana Maharaj will tell because you don't know anything. So, the day after tomorrow, 5th November, listen. 5:30, 6 a.m. we will, by bus, we'll go to Ramghat.
हम लोग रामघाट रामघाट के बाद हम लोग किरणगढ़ में किरणगढ़ के पश्चात हम लोग चीर घाट में आए
So go to Ramghat and then to another place I couldn't even understand the name and then to Chirghat.
हम लोग रामघाट रामघाट के बाद हम लोग किरणगढ़ में
Janam, sorry, I don't know this place name. Then after that we'll go to Chirghat. Then we go to Batsaban. Then we have the darshan of Guru Govinda. Then we'll come back to our Mathura temple. And 6th November, then we'll go to Durvasa ashram. And 7th November, we'll go to Vrindavan. We'll go to Vrindavan. Then we'll stay 5 days in Vrindavan.